If you're looking for the laziest and quickest way to learn to chop all around the drum kit, this lesson is for you because it doesn't have to be so complex. Because all you need is just one pattern and a few different ways to execute it. That's where you can play all these different chops, but you're still thinking the same pattern. And that's the laziest way to learn your chops. Let's get into it. The pattern of today is right, left, left, kick. You might know it. Now before you think, oh, I'm going to swipe away because I already know this pattern, you do not know this pattern like I'm going to explain it today. And if you stick until the end, I'll give you all the secrets that you need to be as lazy as you can and play amazing chops. So let's get into it. Right, left, left, kick is the pattern, and you'll be playing it in 16th notes or in 32nd notes. So that's just twice as fast, right? Now here is the thing, and here's the biggest secret that every big chopper and cool guy is playing. They're using single strokes in between their chops. So they're playing one chop, but they're using single strokes to mix it up and to make it sound like they're playing something totally different. So here's how you can get started. Right, left, left, kick. Repeat that, and sometimes you're going to add some single strokes on the snare or on the toms, wherever you want. Let me show you an example. This is still the same idea. I'm not doing something completely weird or different. I'm just adding some single strokes, right, left, to make it more fun and to throw that chop around so it moves through the bar. That's it. That's all you need. You can stop this video right now, but please don't, because I'm going to show you a few more ideas that you can use to make this one chop into 1,000 different ideas. Here's the next thing that you want to do. Instead of playing your singles right, left, you're going to substitute your left hand with your right foot. Okay, so the basic chop is still right, left, left, kick. I'm repeating that, and sometimes I'm playing these single strokes, but now between my right hand and my right foot. Let me show you. Right, now at the end I was already combining single strokes with my hands and single strokes between my right hand and my right foot. Right, that's how you can expand this. So the next thing that you can practice is sometimes play the singles between your hands, sometimes play between your right hand and your right foot. Including the chop. What's up guys, quick break here. I just wanted to share, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. It will really help me, my channel, to grow and to reach more drummers all over the world. If you like and subscribe, and please leave a comment if you like it, and don't forget to download the free guide. Let's get on with the lesson, right? And so on. This is not a practice where you can say, all right, let's do one bar of this, one bar of that. You don't. You just do it. You play the chop, and sometimes you play single strokes. Nothing is wrong, right? That's the cool thing. It's just going to be you messing around with these ideas. That's what you got to do. Like, you don't have to follow any strict plan. It's just mess around with these patterns. How lazy do you want to get? Just mess around with it. Now, your next tip could be to play your single strokes not between your right hand and your right foot, but your left hand and your right foot. Sounds like this. Sounds amazing, right? That's just a combination of those three ideas. Single strokes with your hand, single stroke between your right foot and your right hand, single strokes between your left hand and your left foot, right? That's just how I mess around with these ideas. Now, the trick, the secret, is moving your hands around so it makes sense, right? Move them around the toms, but not just randomly. Try to make melodies, all right? So one thing that I like to do is go from floor tom to high tom. Another thing that I like to do is use my hi-hat and a stack or a ride and move between those. Or between hi-hat and floor tom, having this high range versus a low range, which just sounds amazing, right? So let me show you this. First, between the toms, then ride and hi-hat, and then hi-hat and floor tom. Alright, that's just some ideas you really need to explore for yourself, but that's the fun thing. Now, here's one thing that I really want to give you with that as well. You see a lot of guys splashing their hi-hat, using their bass drum, right? So what you can do is while you're playing singles, is sometimes add your kick to a cymbal or to a right hand, right, like this. Also makes sense, right? So adding a layer. Now maybe the most obvious thing is playing dynamically, right? But that's also on the other hand the biggest secret, because many people are like, wow, how does he play like that? Well, it's just dynamics. He's playing the same stuff. Like I'm playing the same stuff a lot. But the way I orchestrate it around the kit and the way I play my dynamics, right? That's what makes the difference. So when you're playing your singles, don't play them super loud, but play some of them soft. And so on, right? Now, everything coming together, that's where things really get interesting. As soon as you can really improvise with these ideas and you don't have to think about what you're playing, you can think about how am I playing it? How am I using these dynamics? What is a cool melody between my floor and my hi-hat? Floor and hi-hat always works. Floor, hi-hat, snare. Tom, tom, snare, right? It always works. So be mindful of where you're playing things, but also, right, when you're being lazy and you're just hanging around, repeat it, right? You don't have to have thousands of different chops. You just need one chop, and you need a bunch of ways of executing it and playing these things around it that makes it sound interesting. And these things are just single strokes or double strokes. That's it. Like, be lazy. Only use your singles and doubles, and you can literally play everything, but you just have to have a little bit of patience, right? So, hope that helps. This is something that comes straight from my ebook series, the Effortless Fills, where I explain this grouping system, how you can use different chops, dynamics, and all these ways of using creative tools to make your things sound cool. You can find it in the description. You can also download the free guide that's in the description where you can find and follow along all these ideas.